Andrew here, Sterilizer Autoclave Solutions, 704-966-1650, option 3 for free tech support. We're going to talk about Charlie 644 error code. Sterilizer mode, pressure high, items not sterile, push stop to restart. Obviously push stop to restart and see what happens. But basically this one's telling us your sterilizer could be overloaded. It says check the load size, refer to the user guide, reduce the load size. So always what I would do in this case is pull all the instruments out and run an empty cycle with no load on it and see from there. If it doesn't fail, if it runs a perfect cycle, then you know you put too much instruments in there. Also, if you push these in too far, that's not set up right, but if you push it in too far, there's a temp sensor in the back that bends. Sometimes these things sit on them. It could cause different issues. So pull all the instruments out, run an empty load, then we'll go from there. The next thing is the temperature sensor is malfunctioning. Again, that's what I was talking to in the back here. That little pin that sticks out in the back. I don't know if you can see it there. It's right in the center of the chamber to the right. That oftentimes you'll see is bent. That's because the trays get pushed in too far. I think it's this one. You push it in here, you can hit it. And so you don't want to slam the stuff in or stuff too much stuff in there because you could bend that, give yourself some unneeded problems. So check for residue buildup on the temp sensor. So that basically you take a red or green scrubby pad, put some distilled water on it or some speed clean and just kind of rub your fingers around it and just wipe it off. And then obviously rinse it with a dry rag, just get all the stuff off of it. Check nothing is touching or crowding the temp sensor. That's kind of what I talked about. Not overloading it, not pushing the trays in too far. Reposition items so that nothing touches or crowds the temp sensor. So then we can perform a temperature sensor resistance test. Allow sensor to cool to room temperature before testing. Acceptable rating kiloohms. Refer to temperature sensor resistance test. That's going to be a technician job. It's not something you're going to want to do. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, we possibly could test it, but before we did something like that, I'd probably send you a different tool, test it more effectively. Basically, it's called a max registering thermometer, and you can put that in there, run a cycle. It'll tell you if you're getting too hot. Okay, so then the next one is the pressure tubing is at an incorrect angle. So this is the pressure tubing. And that's exactly how it should be. It should not be, this should not be higher because then that causes water to sit there and not get sucked out during the vent cycle effectively and could cause issues there. So make sure that that is always positioned in a downward slope. It could be our PC board is malfunctioning. Sometimes if this does leak, you'll see it'll kind of spit water up here and it'll sit on here. It could even drip down to the water level sensor, but sometimes these connectors are a little finicky, so you maybe want to pull it out and push it back in. You might want to do that with the power off and call us before you do that. So it could be that the PC board is malfunctioning in that sense. Also it talks about we could do a heating element test. That you'll need an ammeter. We would hook an ammeter up, then we'd engage the heating element and we would see if it would draw amps. Main PC board relay test. That's kind of what I'm talking about there. Okay, so that's it for Charlie 644 error code. Hopefully, all you really have to do is just pull all the instruments out, run an empty cycle, and then just reduce the load size. Anything else, give us a call on our free tech support line. If you like this video, please share and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Have a great day.